like to actually talk about Ric McIver. He had a bit of an interesting week. Maybe, Miriam, you can talk about what it looked like for Ric McIver. Does he have the toughest job
He has a tough job. I mean, it's really hard for him. You can't. I mean, we've talked about this before, but it's hard for Ric McIver to stand up and have to criticize things when his party spent 40 years at the helm, for the other parties at the legislature, it's hard to take them seriously for that reason. It was interesting. This week, Ric McIver decided that the limb he wanted to go out on right off the bat was criticizing the notion of banning corporations and unions from donating to political parties. And the reason why he was against that was because he said that it would make things less transparent,
right?
Suggesting companies would have to find other legal means of making donations to political parties.
And you need.
Boy, is he reaching?
And he
here.
also quickly reminded us that we all know conservative parties have done well raising money from corporations. It was an interesting approach to take, one that I don't think was very successful, and that left a lot of people sort of confused, saying, well, what are you saying here? Are you saying that companies are going to try to break the law? Well, no, I'm not saying that at all. Well, but it sounds like you're saying that. So it was an interesting approach to take. I think that Ric McIver is going to find a difficult time trying to carve out some space for the PCs and like figure out what they stand for in this new legislature.
And the problem right now, they're standing for the rich guy.
That's definitely exactly what it looks like.
When he attacks the Bill 1 on removing corporate donations to political parties, and then he stands up this week and says he has some of his best friends make $125,000 or more, and they're having a hard time making ends meet.
Poor guys.
Let's have some sympathy for them. It's becoming a party of the super elites, and that's a dangerous road to go down.
Well, that was part of their problem going into the campaign, party of business, and he's living right up to that.
Yeah,
so I think it's going to be interesting to see how quickly they become kind of irrelevant to the debate. I mean, I think that's going to be inevitable. There are less than 10 seats, and the Wild Rose is a lot bigger, and maybe in Calgary they'll still love him, but
yeah, it was just interesting. It was an interesting approach to take because it felt like it did play right into the whole narrative that had gotten the PCs into so much trouble to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's as if they didn't understand they lost the election. I'm serious. Yeah. Like they're still on that autopilot that will keep on hammering these things because they won their ridings on these issues.